pivoting in faith, embracing God's direction. Um, let's start off with the word pivot. Okay. Let's start off with that definition. Oh, here it is. I know I did put it on here. I want us to open up with this definition of what it means to pivot. A pivot is a significant change in direction or strategy. It involves shifting from one approach, plan, or path to another, often in response to here it is, in response to new information, okay, challenges or opportunities. Let's pause right there for a minute, because how many of us don't pivot when we are given new information about something? Listen, we're going somewhere. When new information comes in, many times it's an indicator of how you need to pivot, how you need to change direction. Here it is. That change of direction could be in how you even deal with people. Because if a person gives you new information about them, there's no need of getting upset with how they are giving their information about their change or whatever it is. It should be an indicator. This is going to help us from being, I feel, so disappointed or let down by people. And then we get stuck in places when all we need to do, somebody say it with me, pivot. Again, in a broader sense, pivoting refers to adapting or making adjustments. Here it is. I just said it, to align better with the goal of vision or purpose. Now, it's about aligning with your goal, with your vision or your purpose. So I'm giving us all information, and I'm learning this, that as we embrace life. Good morning, Luella. We embrace life and things aren't going the way. That's information that has just been brought to you. I'm saying you now because I've already processed it and still processing in different areas of my life. So, what we have to do is learn how to pivot. Oh, my Lord, is anybody hearing me today? Let me say it again. A pivot is a significant change in direction or strategy. It involves shifting from one approach, one or another plan or path to another, often in response. Often in response. Let me say that again. Often in response to new information or challenges or opportunities. Can we see the light bulbs going off right now? Some of us now are in places and spaces of having to pivot. So here it is. This part, which really just grabbed me in the realm of pivoting, in the context of faith, a pivot, here it is, may occur when someone feels called by God to take a different path than the original planned. In the context of our faith or our life, a pivot may occur when you begin to sense and feel, even by God, those of us that love God and trust God and know God, you begin to sense and feel a call by God to take a different path than the original one. It could involve whatever it is, a career change, relationships shifts, and personal growth or ministry adjustments, all to align more closely with God's plan and purpose for your life. Here it is, it often requires, I'm going to say often, it requires trust and flexibility. Here it is. and a willingness to embrace the unknown, knowing that the redirection, here it is, lead to something greater. I'm praying for you, Mary Brown. I know that is just what you have experienced, but this word is for you. This pivoting, because things you have been dealt, you different ones been dealt with information. Now, with that information, are you going to stay in a place that's not yielding the greater for you? Or am I talking to anybody on this morning? So we have to be honest with every area in our life, especially as we get older. Okay? How many of us are 60 and over? Let me raise my hand. I'm 60. 60 and above, we don't have time to allow things to keep us locked in. Yes, even betrayal. Absolutely. That's a good one. When you have been betrayed, what happened? The betrayal was information. And that information now will cause you and will challenge you. You're going to have to pivot, and you don't have to stay in the feeling of being betrayed. Come on, 69. Come on, we don't have time. So when you experience betrayal, when you experience letdown, when you experience all of these different things that affects you, that you feel that it hurts you, now we have to take the responsibility. It's like, how do I get past it? How do I move? You pivot. You take that information and you do something that is going to shift you. Come on, because pivoting is back. That's why I use those arrows. If you can see it on the screen, where some of them are lower, some are high, some is left, some is right, some is going in this direction. That's what pivoting is. Pivoting is changing direction. Changing the direction. We have to learn how to change the direction of our mindset and stop allowing things that's not bringing about something greater. Yes, something greater. Do you hear what I'm saying? A pivot is necessary. We got to stop being bound by people and bound by people's um, ways, or what they desire or what they want. What is it that the Father has for you? Do not live and die at the same time. What am I saying? You're alive, but you're dying on the inside because you're not experiencing the greater. Because what it is, what did I say? Sometimes we feel God pulling, but we're so locked in to the original plan. That original plan can change, and you feel it. You can't tell me you don't feel that you got to do something different. Come on. You can't tell me you don't feel. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in so many areas of my life that I cannot shake it. You try to go on. Mhm. Absolutely. The ways of man, they lead right to death. And that's death of your dream, and death of your energy and your goals and your drive and your vision. You will find yourself dying and alive and walking around, but on the inside, because you are too afraid. And again, I'm saying you, because I've already processed it and still processing. Okay, so let's be honest and real, that we will find ourselves in places that's yielding nothing, but I'm going through the routine of that. But you feel the pull of God saying, this is not where I want you. I have more for you. It doesn't mean if somebody else enjoy what they're doing, it's great for them. But what I have to do, I have to make sure I begin to pivot. It's like the walking dead. Y'all, this thing is real when it comes to our individual lives that the Father has given us. Every time I say it, I get full, because so many of us are missing. So many of us we are missing out on the best because some of you are being loyal, and that loyalty has become lethal to your spiritual life and to your journey. And I tell people all the time, you got to be careful that your loyalty does not become lethal, to where it becomes lethal. And let me tell you, where it becomes a slow leak. It leaks slowly. It doesn't just take you out. That's why the Bible even says the thief cometh not but for to steal, kill, and to destroy. Can I tell you that that word thief um in the Greek is the English word that we get. Here it is. Lean in good. The English word that we get from embezzler. Y'all better talk back to me. So the thief that cometh to steal, kill, and to destroy, he is an embezzler. And he embezzle. That's a different type of thievery. He doesn't come in as a robber with a gun that holds you up and startles you. He is an embezzler. What does an embezzler do? An embezzler takes a little bit at a time to where you don't even know that it's missing. Pivot. Come on. Lanice, I hope this um encourage you. Do you hear what I'm saying? The enemy is kin. Did you hear that? He's an embezzler. That's what that word thief in the Greek means. So when we said the thief coming to say, he's not coming in as a robber by night, sneaking in, stealing. He's an embezzler. So what happens in life when we allow things to continue to seep in and things that comes, it is the embezzler that is literally taking bits and pieces of your life and of your thoughts and your dreams and all of these things. And that's right, he begins to sift you just like wheat, taking, I mean, I feel the power of the Lord. Somebody get this. The embezzler comes to steal and kill. But the good news is, yes, Jesus said, but I have come that you may have life and have it more up. Here it is, and more abundantly. So our lives must be connected to pivoting. Every time something hits us, that's your sign to pivot, because you have just received information information in this season, information in your life. Now, what are you going to do with that information? Are you going to allow that information to cause you to dwindle or cause you to stay into something that is not yielding anything, to where you are so loyal to dysfunction that that dysfunction now looks like it is what's bringing life? But 2, 3 months, weeks, days later, you start feeling this gnawing, like there's more to do, and what am I to do? And now you got people touching and agreeing, praying with you about how you're feeling. Well, I stopped by to tell you what you need to do, and what we have to do is pivot. Come on. We must pivot. Do not allow information that is being given to you cause you to lose your life. Amen, Peter? Come on. Do not allow information, because pivoting, it gives you information. You respond to new information. You respond and challenges, and you respond. You don't respond by getting mad. You don't respond by getting angry. Some people will have you so locked into their life and their system and make you feel that that is the way. Now, you listen, let me help you. People that are put in your life, I feel this way, and I'll say it until Jesus comes. Pastors, leaders are put in your life to help lead you and show you to the better you, not for you to get locked into me. only. Because there are people that are so locked in to other people to where they don't even see. Do you not know that we all are going to stand before God individually? Why are we so locked? Here it is. We're mature this morning. I'm not saying that you don't respect. That's not what I said. I didn't say we didn't respect and we didn't honor and we don't honor leadership and we do all of that. But let me tell you, there's a thin line when you begin to worship the leader and not the giver of life. To where now everything you do it at they got to give you all the information. They got to tell you how to live. Listen, I got a busy life. I don't have time to know everything about everybody in the church that I pastor life. There are times that God would give me things to share, but that is for that moment. But I'm not sitting back. Come on. But it's a thin line of occultish that's what it is, because it's control. And anytime you get an idea, and anytime, and I knew of a leader. Come on, I'm just gonna tell it. I knew of a leader that had family member that was connected to this leader for years, and she had so much inside of her, books that she wanted to write, and she was gifted. But can I tell you, her leader told her she couldn't uh, publish her book yet because he hadn't published his book first. And you know what? She never became a published author and died with all of those manuscripts in a box. It was at that point I'd cut ties from that because I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling, and that thing broke my heart that she died with manuscripts that never went to print because her leader told her, you can't publish it. Let me publish my book first. And she was so tied up and calling that honor. But who would do that to a person that you have something, whether I published or not? I'm pushing you to go forth and do what God has called you to do. I celebrate what he's doing. That means something I've said has encouraged you to pivot and step out and do what you've called to do. I know I've gone off on the end, but y'all, there's a thin line. You have to have the right people in your life. It is so important that we have the right people in our life that will show you. And I don't care how many times I love this cousin, how many times I tried to share with her, and I was like, well, go ahead. I mean, this is what God has put in you. I'm just going to wait. And and it never ever manifested. And we can get locked in to systems that's not, listen, it may be good for somebody else. I'm not trying to change everybody else. I'm trying to make sure I'm in the place where I need to be. Can somebody say amen to that? I'm not worried about what everybody else is doing. Everybody else may be fine, but I'm not. Some of you need to say, I'm not fine. I need to pivot because I'm locked up in some things. I am getting information. Information has been, it's like that blinking light, that blinking neon light that's showing you, hey, pivot, 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 pivot. But you're looking and you're looking in another direction. But that light is just doing this. Come on. Telling you, you see the information. Why are you not reading what's in front? Pivoting is so necessary. I don't have, listen, God, number one, God has been so, gracious to me. He's allowed me to see. Next month, I'll be 61 years old. God has been so good. I'm closer to the end than I am when I was younger. And in this season, hear me, in this season, people, don't lose any more time because of the fear of how people are going to respond. You see, I got full on that because I see so many people that's afraid to pivot because it doesn't look like, here it is, what they want. But what is it that God wants for me right now? No, it doesn't look anything like they're good. They're at their place. But don't subject your comfortable place to me. Come on. I have more years behind me than I have in front of me. And I'm asking God now, grace me with the ability to pivot without fear. Period. I mean, I was going to add something else, but I just had to say, grace me, oh God, to pivot without fear. I got to pivot. I have to. I can't. Yeah, it's very scary. It's not. Why? Because when you love people, you love relationships. And again, these are just thin lines that if we're not careful, uh, we we'll get locked in to other people's ideas, what they want or what they feel, what they say. But I have to respond to what has been given to me and make the necessary changes. Help me to pivot without fear. Because we get locked in, certain things, you know, you're taught, and I'm learning this in life, well, this is the way they always told us, so I'm not going to go against the grain. But how is it working for you? I mean, like for real, how is it working for you? Well, I don't want to rock the boat. Well, get out the boat. Why are you still in the boat? I'm just going to go along for the ride. Tell them to put me out at the next stop. I'm not going for the ride. Oh, I hope somebody heard what I said. Come on. I'm not going for the ride. Stop the car. I'm getting out. You all go on where you're going. Well, wait, don't worry about how I'm going to get to where I'm going, but I'm not going in that direction. I'm getting out the boat. I'm getting out the boat. Just take me back to the shore, or where's the life jacket? I'm out of here. I'm swimming back. I'm not going to rock the boat. You've heard all these different sayings. Well, I'm just not going to say nothing. Say it. Why won't you say it? Why won't we say it? I'm just not going to say it. When it concerns me. I'm not. I'm getting out the boat. Yes. Complacency is the demise of God's will for our lives. Yeah. And that's a hard word to say, that I'm being complacent. But that's that place of not changing the original plan. The people say, I like you what you said, Peter, team player. People say, you're not being a team player. I've been on the team, but the team ain't winning. For real. Because people, and you have to deal with all of these things. You have to take on almost tough skin when you are pivoting for your own life, for your own breath. Oh, she just don't wanna be on the team. The team ain't doing nothing. The team is not winning. So let me get off the team. That thing just hit me. Let me get off this team. Okay? Mm-mm, I'm good. You can do that, but it's okay. Uh-oh, here's the big one. It's okay if I say no to you. It's really okay. I can't. I want us, and listen, I had 5 points, but I guess I'll finish this. We'll be in our pivot um, series. We'll be in our, come on. Yeah. And even as we know God is with us, but our relationships, hi Rhonda, um, our relationship with people sometimes are so intertwined that we have invested so much of us in situations and with people, we have a difficult time of pulling away and saying no. Because here it is. If we're not careful, they'll put that guilt on you that, well, who's going to do it? I don't know. I'm not the search committee. I'm not the search committee. I know that I have to pivot. And if you are in leadership, then you have to find someone else. Yeah, we're very because when we're giving people and we love people and we want to, because I'm that way. I am a person, if I'm in, I'm all in. And sometimes I'm learning that my all in for others is not an all in for me. And I don't do it for that. Yes. You know? Um, I'm not doing that for that, but it doesn't happen. So what happens, people will continue to use what you have. Here it is, because you do it so well and you see the results. There are receipts from your work. But then when it's time for you to do your work, because you spent so much time doing everybody else's work, you don't have time. Especially when God gives you something new to do, you have to take time to do what it is that He's given you to do. So, in other words, you have to say no to everybody else and not explain it. It's just like, I'm not able to do that right now. I would love to, but where I am, it's a big no for me. It's a big no. And I'm not going to, and here it is. We have to be careful. Well, I'll find somebody for you. There you are. You still connected. We don't know how to just cut and go. Cut and go. And that cutting means just releasing. You got to know how to cut and go. Well, I'll find somebody to do it with you. That's still taking up the time. You ain't pivoted. You still ain't pivot. You may not be in the position, but you're still in the problem. Oh, I said something. Did you hear what I said? You may not have pivoted, but you're still in the problem. That area has been a problem for you. Not saying the people were bad. It's just been a problem for you. All right. We learn how to disconnect from people, not because they did something wrong, but because I got to do something right. I got to do something right. So what I'm doing, well, what happened? I got to do something right for me. Well, what did they do? They didn't do anything to me. It's time for me to do something right. I wish somebody, come on, say 2 things, cut and go, and I must do something right for me. It's not anything that they've done wrong, but I got to do something that's right. So what I need to do, I have to pivot. I have to learn how to respond to every situation. I keep good receipts, y'all. And that helps me to be able to make final decisions. All right. You got to cut and go, cut and go. Don't hang around. Well, I'll find somebody to fill in for me. I'll find somebody to that can do it. I'll help you find. I'll help. I'll help. I'll help. You haven't pivoted yet. And you're still connected to the problem. So you have to learn how to cut and go so you can grow. Thank you so much for watching today's message. If something stirred your spirit, encouraged your heart, or gave you clarity for your next, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs it today. Until next time, keep pressing, keep praying, and keep believing.